Hey there, and welcome to the Heavy in Life podcast. My name is Natalie, and I'm happy that you're joining me today. I don't know about you, but this September has honestly felt like a pressure cooker to me. So many people I talk to just seem tired, uncertain, or quietly hoping that something's got to give. And if you found yourself feeling like you should have it all together but really don't, trust me, you're absolutely not alone. Recently, I've noticed that online and in real life, the answer to "how are you?" is often just "I'm fine," even when almost no one really feels fine. Today's episode is all about naming the heavy stuff, normalizing the struggle, and figuring out how the heck we take the next honest step forward together. I'm noticing this strange mix in the air: hope, overwhelm, and some deep need for things to change. To be real, it's easy lately to feel stretched thin in every corner of life. Work, home, relationships. Maybe you've started to wonder, when was the last time that you did something just for you? Not because you had to, but because it felt good. I get it, and honestly, I feel it too. My emotions have been bouncing all over the place. Thanks, life. So let's pause and ask ourselves, where are we being asked to rebalance and reclaim our power this week? I want to share something that really put things into perspective for me. According to the interview guys in their 2025 State of Workplace Burnout research, only about 31% of people under 35 say they're thriving. Gen Z and millennials hit their peak burnout at only 25 years old, a full 17 years earlier than previous generations. Burnout is costing businesses $322 billion every year in lost productivity. But this is much bigger than just numbers. Lately, I've been feeling and hearing about old wounds cropping up in people's lives. Patterns of resentment, unfairness, and unbalanced relationships seem to be everywhere. A lot of us are craving something more: real connection, health, and meaning instead of just the grind. And Seramount's latest report shows that 77% of millennials and 72% of Gen Z are experiencing at least one burnout symptom, things like exhaustion, unmotivation, or just feeling stuck. The pressure isn't just at work. It's in the middle of friendships, families, and even with ourselves. This is showing up as struggles with giving and receiving fairly. Maybe feeling drained, unappreciated, or like you're always the therapist friend. Personally, I know I've fallen into old habits of saying yes too much or forgetting my own needs while trying to fix everything else. The World Health Organization keeps warning that chronic overgiving and lack of boundaries are at the heart of the mental health crisis these days. And hey, it's normal to feel indecisive, exhausted, stuck, or even skeptical and slightly hopeful at the same time. Everyone's at a crossroads, whether they talk about it openly or not. And if you're in the thick of it, feeling isolated or emotionally numb, you are genuinely in massive company. I feel like the collective mood right now is frozen, overwhelmed, and searching for balance. Decision paralysis is everywhere. It's not just about career stuff, it's relationships, health, and even those little choices like what to eat. Both young folks and people well into their careers say sometimes committing to any change feels impossible after 2 years of nonstop upheaval. Business Insider and Gallup show more than half of employees, especially women and caregivers, feel on edge. For me, there have been days that the smallest decisions, meal planning, texting back, feel like climbing mountains. Turns out your nervous system sometimes shuts down to protect you, not because you're lazy or weak. I'm telling you, shutting down emotionally is protection, not a flaw. If you're zoning out or struggling to find motivation, there's a genuine research-backed reason for it. Right now, heartbreak and disappointment from jobs, relationships, or even just watching the news are surfacing a lot for us. But it's also a time when people are starting to make peace with their wounds. In Saramount's study, that slippery slope from disappointment can easily slide into shame. But here's the thing. Everyone, literally everyone, has pain hidden just underneath the surface, even when things look normal. Personally, some of my toughest life moments, loss, heartbreak, missing loved ones, taught me things that turned into true wisdom. If you're crawling through healing, you're not failing. You're building inner muscle. Relief comes even if it's so slow you barely notice. I've noticed a trend recently. More people, and honestly myself included, are finding comfort in nostalgia and micro moments. News stories on Psych Plus and in Forbes show millions of folks are turning to group texts, old music, favorite recipes, and walks around the block for those little slices of grounding. For me, music I can sing and dance to, or silly memes sent to friends are honestly lifesavers some weeks. It's become clear that it's not about rushing yourself to heal or make perfect decisions. Take your time. Honor your own pace. All those messy feelings, frustration, grief, being all over the place are a normal part of deep healing and what we're all working through. Ask yourself, where might you be overgiving? Where are you quietly denying your own needs? Self-reflection, not self-critique, is what's called for right now. One of my favorite practical tools lately is what I call a kindness inventory. Just notice one good thing every day, no matter how small. Psychologists say that this really grounds us. I've found just noticing a moment of joy or a tiny win can actually rewire how I think. And find little ways to celebrate yourself. Maybe you send a supportive message, nailed something at work, or just made it through a stressful day. Acknowledge those moments. Connection and joy don't stop existing just because things feel heavy. Emotional mastery is really about regulation, openness, and seeking support. Vulnerability isn't just allowed, it's needed, and it's how we connect for real. Spark new energy however you can. Even tiny acts of courage, creativity, and self-trust matter. Set intentions, try to be present in the moment, and use every little bit of adversity to help you grow. Here's a quick exercise. Take 5 minutes to write down one good thing from your past, one thing that brings you joy right now, however small. And if there's someone in your life, write down a name you trust enough to reach out to. Deloitte and Saramount both say that progress is about micro moves, not major overhauls. One boundary, one check-in, one ask for help, one new idea at a time. Pick your micro win for this week. Not a huge goal. Maybe it's asking for help with something, saying no to a draining request, or simply taking a real break. That's enough. Small steps bring agency back into your life. Tiny choices add up and remind your brain and heart that you're steering the ship. Whether you're at the bottom or climbing out, you can choose differently. Even the tiniest action counts. So let's land with this. What's one gentle or bold move that you can take this week for healing, connection, or purpose? Personally, I'm making space for unexpected joys, clean slates, and frankly, just better sleep. Remember, you are not alone in this. The whole collective is experiencing these shifts together, even when it feels like you're on your own. Have compassion and patience. Practice self-acceptance. Hard times really don't last forever. There are people rooting for you, and you're further than you think. You don't have to have all the answers. Just showing up is enough. By the way, I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me and being open to honest, real conversations about what we're all moving through right now. If you found this episode helpful or you want to dive deeper, you can find more of my writing, tools, and personal shares on my blog, Heavy and Light. I'm also building a life coaching business and growing an online community, so if you're craving more support, guidance, or just want to connect with people on a similar path, come check out my membership page and hop into our Discord server. And just for listening, I've got a special offer. For a limited time, you can get 30% off of all of my coaching services with the discount code Alchemy30. I'd love to see you there, support your journey, and build this new community together. Take care, and remember, showing up as you are is always more than enough. See you next time.